I am going to show you how to add a person as a TA or an observer to your classroom. So first of all, I looked up what that was. A TA is going to be able to moderate discussions, post announcements, but they can't edit anything that you've put in as a teacher. So that would be appropriate for somebody who you would like to do have somebody do grading, or as well as like a TA communicating with other students. So that might be helpful for case managers, possibly, or teacher assistants that are in your classroom. So case managers could go in and do grading if that is something that you would want them to do. An observer role then would be somebody who just observes the classroom. So they wouldn't be interrupting the flow of your daily course communication. So it's somebody who doesn't need it's just a guest in your classroom. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'll click back over here. So I have my dashboard open here, and I'm going to choose a class. And for this purpose, I'm going to choose my communications class, as I have some of Brian Morris's students in that class. It actually is all of Brian's students in that class. So I'm going to go to my people, click on that. And I see my roster plus myself. So we've got students and a teacher. I'm going to add people. And then I'm going to put in Brian's email address. It does not automatically recognize our emails, so you have to put it in there by hand. If you're going to add more than one person, like maybe a case manager and a teacher assistant, you can do that. Then I am going to put the role in. I'm going to make Brian an observer in my classroom, so he can see what's going on, but he doesn't necessarily need to join discussions or do anything with the grade book or anything like that. And I'm going to hit next. It says that he has been added, so I'm going to add, he's ready to be added, and there he is. And he's observing nobody right now. If I change my mind, I can go here and I can edit his role, and maybe I decide, oh, it might be a good idea if he's a TA. I could edit the role, or I could remove him from the course, or I can deactivate him. I'm not sure if you can just reactivate later, but I can deactivate him, or I can just take him out. So right now I'm going to leave him in there, and then I'm going to go back to my dashboard, and I'm going to add a teacher assistant to my government class. So I'm going to click on my government class. List my people. So there's my government class. I'm going to add, and this time I'm going to add one of my teacher assistants because I want her to be able to do some interacting with students and have just a little bit bigger role in there. So then I'm going to go down here and I'm going to make her a teacher assistant. Now if I had more than one section of government, I could choose which section I want her to be involved in. Or if I have several sections of a class, I could make that person be able to interact with students in any of those classes. So that might be handy for some of your LD, EBD teachers who might have students in several of your sections. That might be handy to just don't mark this so that they can work with anybody that you're teaching that they also have. You can add more than one person, so I could put Nancy in here, and then I could put another teacher assistant that I have, or I could put another teacher. It says to separate by commas. So, all right, then I'm going to hit next. And then I'm going to put add users. And on this one, you will notice that it says pending. So Nancy has to accept my invitation to be a teacher assistant in my classroom. And then if you go over here, you can resend the invitation. Again, I could change her role. I could change what section she's involved in. Let's say, it's been a week since I've asked her to be in my class and she's not responding. Well, maybe that email got buried somewhere, so I would just send her a new invitation to join that class. All right, so that is how you add a TA or an observer to your classroom. This will be helpful for the special ed and specialists to maybe be added to some of your classrooms. I'm sure some of them will be reaching out to ask you to add them so that they can best help the students that you have, that you share. So thanks. Hopefully that was helpful, and thanks for your time.